I just want to invite you to sit back and relax. Take a couple of nourishing breaths. Maybe close your eyes or maybe just soften your gaze, whichever feels most comfortable for you. Feel yourself supported by whatever is holding you, and reach your awareness down through what is supporting you, through whatever layers of building and I don't know what it is, cushions and floor and building, and all the way down into the earth, and allow the earth to support you for a moment. Just expand your awareness so that you feel that you are held and supported and completely and totally safe in this moment. As you expand your awareness into this tremendous support, I love gravity. So just feel the gravity pulling you to the earth. Imagine how hard it is to take yourself off the earth. It looks effortless for those Olympic gymnasts. But for those of us regular humans, it's really hard. And that's how you know that you're safe and held and grounded forever. It's an amazing thing. As gravity begins to make you heavier and sink you into the earth, take a few very nourishing breaths. Maybe that's an extremely deep, deep in breath, inhale, and a slow, luxurious exhale. Maybe it's counting your inhale and your exhale, whatever works for you. Kristen Neff has said in her work on self-compassion that love, compassion, and acceptance are our birthrights. Love, compassion, and acceptance. Those things are your birthright. Maybe you received some messages when you were young that there was something wrong with you, or that you needed to be different in some way. And because of those messages, we all learned certain ways to be in the world. We learned some survival skills that served us. Think for a moment about what were those survival skills that as a child you developed to keep yourself safe. Maybe if your caregivers were critical of you, you're too sensitive or you need to toughen up in the world. Perhaps you learned to be self-critical. I know I did. And being self-critical, it served you well. It taught you to be discriminating and careful about how you presented yourself in the world. It helped you maybe fit in a little bit better. Same with shame. Probably there were things said to you or done to you when you were a child that made you feel some shame about yourself. And shame also tells you how you are not fitting in socially. It helps tell you how to tuck it in a little bit and get along. And when you're a child and you're vulnerable, you're little, you're at the mercy of your school, your family, the adults, even the older children. Shame was a useful tool. Well, we have all those, whatever those things are. Just take a moment and let you think about what resonates for you about those survival skills that you learned as a child. My biggest one is perfectionism. So many places that came from and where it has served me. I do really good work in the world because I'm a perfectionist. Here's the touchy point that I want to help us work on. Those things that helped keep us alive and helped us manage our childhood, whatever they are, it can be many more things than these three examples I've given. They are places where we continue to perhaps be hard on ourselves. I know I do. And I don't think I've spoken to a highly sensitive person who doesn't struggle with a certain amount of self doubt or ambivalence about how to take care of ourselves. I've heard it time and again and experienced it. So, what if we just took a moment to step into the courage that self compassion requires? The root of the word courage is coeur, which is French for heart. So, how about if we have the courage to calm and soothe and heal our hearts? It starts with the awareness of these things that we learned and how they did such good work for us, and the acceptance that they are part of who we are. And also, so are love, compassion, and acceptance. Just take a moment and place a hand somewhere on your body. Maybe you might stroke your forearm or put a hand on your heart or your tummy. Maybe on your cheek. You might hold one hand in the other hand or give yourself a hug. As sensitive people, we have full, huge hearts. And it's easier for us to extend our love and compassion toward others. Yet it's so important that we give it to ourselves. So as you're giving yourself this compassionate touch, maybe you notice some of those survival skills coming up, popping into your head. That's okay if you do. Give them love as well. Here's your thinking or journaling question for this exercise. What ways in your life have you been courageous because of love? I know many things pop into your head right away. The ways that you have loved others and you express courage. I could do anything for my child, especially when he was young. Things that I could never do for myself, it seemed. I drew upon deep wells of courage because loving others is easy for me. Now imagine for a moment one of those things. It could be as simple as preparing beautiful, nutritious meals or providing a quiet, safe place to rest or giving someone a massage or rubbing their feet. And imagine that you could use your courage to give yourself that kind of love. It would make you more courageous in self love. It could even just be thanking those survival skills and giving them the love and compassion that they need to be able to rest. We won't take the time right now to write about this, but I do really encourage you to journal or write down a few statements about this courageous love that you will give to yourself.